Hello guys, how are you all? So welcome to Cracking IELTS 9.0. So today I am back with a new passage. As you can see, the passage says procrastination. This is Cambridge 20, test number 2 and passage number 2. So on the right hand side, we have questions here. So in this passage, we have different type of questions, right? So the first one is matching the information. And the second type of question is fill in the blanks. And the third type is multiple choice question. You have to pick two options out of five options. Okay. So please watch the whole video carefully because I'll be giving away a lot of tips and tricks on how to crack this type of questions. So we have different strategies for different types of questions, right? So please watch the whole video carefully, and I hope this would be useful for you guys to crack the IELTS reading module. Right. So the first set of question, which paragraph contains the following information? Okay, so you have to match where is this sentence in the paragraph, in which paragraph we have this sentence. And you have a hint. You may use any letter more than once. So this is a hint for you guys. Okay, it means some letter is going to repeat itself. There are only three questions, but within those three, some option is going to repeat itself. Okay, so that's what we need to understand. Okay, so what is the strategy for this type of question? Right. Shall I read the 14th statement and search for that in the whole paragraph A to F? And again come to 15, again read the whole passage. So it will waste a lot of time. If you are following the strategy, then it is going to waste a lot of time. So please avoid that. So what would be my strategy is it's a reverse technique. It means I'll read the paragraph A and I'll see whether it is matching with any of these three statements. Okay. Then I'll read B paragraph and then I'll match it here. Again C, again match it here. So in this way, it will be easy for me, Easily I'll read the whole passage and also easily I can answer these three questions and I'll be ready for the next set of questions also, right? Because by the time I complete the whole passage, I'll be ready to answer these fill in the blanks also, right? It will be easy for me to figure out where is the right option. So yeah, without wasting any time, let's dive into the passage. Okay, so the strategy is reading the paragraph first and then going to the questions. Okay, it's called the reverse technique. Okay, okay, let us read this one now. I'll just take a marker. Okay, so procrastination is the habit of delaying a necessary tasks, usually by focusing on less urgent, more enjoyable, and easier activities instead. We all do it from time to time. We might be composing a message to a friend who we have to let down or put together an important report for college or work. Okay, we are doing our best to avoid doing the job at hand, but deep down we know that we should just be getting on with it. Unfortunately, berating ourselves won't stop us procrastinating again. In fact, it's one of the worst things we can do. This matters because, as my research shows, procrastination doesn't just waste time but is actually linked to other problems too. Okay, so he is giving examples of procrastination in this paragraph. Okay, let us read this. Now, mention of false assumptions about why people procrastinate. Okay, now we have to analyze. Did he mention any false assumptions here? Any false assumptions here, guys? I did not read that because I just read the examples of procrastination, but I did not read anything like false assumptions about that. Okay, so yeah, 14 is not matching. Then next one, reference to the realization that others also procrastinate. So the keyword is here reference to what? A realization that others also procrastinate. Did he talk about anything like that? Others procrastinating? Any realization? No, I did not read anything like that. Okay. Next, neurological evidence of a link between procrastination and emotion. Okay. Now, so this is the keyword neurological evidence. Did we read anything evidence? related to procrastination and emotions? No, right? A paragraph, it was very general paragraph. It had nothing like this. So A is not matching with any of these three. Okay. So let us read B. Okay. Next. So contrary to popular belief, okay, procrastination is not due to laziness or poor time management. Scientific studies suggest procrastination is in fact caused by poor mood management. This makes sense if we consider that people are more likely to put off starting or completing tasks that they are really not keen to do. Okay. If just thinking about the task threatens our sense of self worth or makes us anxious, we will be more likely to put it off. Research involving brain imaging has found that areas of the brain linked to detection of threats and emotion regulation are actually different in people who chronically procrastinate compared to those who don't procrastinate frequently. Okay. So there are a lot of things in this paragraph, guys. Lot of things. See, if you put this in mind, then you should be able to get this, Now, let us read the first one, 14th one. Mention of false assumptions about why people procrastinate. So, yes, did you read anything like that? False assumptions, guys. Yes or no? Yes, I have read about it. Where, look at the first line itself. Mention of false assumptions means contrary to popular beliefs. Beliefs means assumptions, popular beliefs. Okay. Now, procrastination is not due to laziness and poor time management. It is actually due to poor mood management. Yeah, that's what he wanted to say. See, mention of false assumptions about why people procrastinate. Yes. So, in general, okay, everybody thinks that people procrastinate due to laziness and poor time management. No, the actual, see, scientific studies. In fact, it is caused by poor mood management. Yeah, so this is the false assumption. Contrary to popular belief. That's where you have to understand. Means false assumptions. These two are false assumptions that it is caused by laziness and poor time management. No, sir, it is caused by poor mood management. Yes, so yes, there is a mention of false assumption exactly here. So, yeah, B should be the answer for this one. I'll just write B here. Okay, that is good. Then what about the next one, sir? Reference to the realization that others also procrastinate. So, is there any reference to the realization? That's what we have to think about. Okay, others also procrastinate. Okay, it is given here that other people also procrastinate. But where is the reference to realization? That I have not read about it. Okay, so yeah, 15th is not matching. And neurological evidence of a link between procrastination and emotion. Okay, good. So, did we read anything like this, sir? Any evidence? I think yes, right? Now, look at the last sentence, guys. The last sentence here. Research involving brain imaging has found that areas of brain linked to detection of threats and emotion regulation are actually different in people who chronically procrastinate compared to those who don't procrastinate frequently. Yes. Yes, sir. See, neurological evidence means research involving brain imaging. See, neurological means related to brain, okay? And the link between procrastination and emotion. See, areas of the brain linked to detection of threats and emotion regulation. Yes, sir. This is the one. Emotions and procrastination. Yes. So in the last sentence, we have the answer for 16th sentence is exactly matching with the last sentence of paragraph B. So obviously, yeah. So B is the thing that is repeating here. So I'll just write B here. Okay. So I'll just increase the font just for you guys. You see that? Yes, so B has repeated itself, sir. Now, this sentence, you may use any letter more than once. This one is justified, okay? So, this is a hint for you guys. If you see this note, sir, then definitely 100% something is going to repeat. So, this is a hint for you, okay? So, just keep that in mind. Now we have only one. statement, a reference to the realization that others also procrastinate. No, we have to look for some realization or some reference to that. That's what I mean. Okay, so let's keep reading, sir. Okay, once you have to keep reading and you have to, on the back of your mind, this question should be there. A reference to realization that others also procrastination, procrastinate. Okay, right. Now, tasks that are emotionally loaded or difficult, such as preparing for exams, are prime candidates for procrastination. People with low self esteem are more likely to procrastinate. Another group of people who tend to procrastinate are perfectionists, okay, who worry their work will be judged harshly by others. Okay, we know that if we don't finish that report or complete those home repairs, then what we did can be evaluated. When we avoid such tasks, we also avoid negative emotions associated with them. This is rewarding and it conditions us to use procrastination to repair our mood. If we engage in more enjoyable tasks instead, we get another mood boost. In the long run, however, procrastination isn't an effective way of managing emotions. Okay, the mood repair we experience is temporary. Afterwards, people tend to be left with a sense of guilt that not only increases their negative mood but also reinforces their tendency to procrastinate. Okay, now in this one, did we read any realization, sir? A reference to realization that others also procrastinate? No, sir, I did not read anything like that. Okay, so let us move to the next paragraph. Okay, so why is this such a problem? When most people think of the cost of procrastination, they think of toll on productivity. For example, studies have shown that procrastination negatively impacts on student performance. But putting off reading textbooks and reading essays may affect other areas of students' life. In one study of over 3,000 German students over a 6-month period, those who reported procrastinating over their university work were also more likely to engage in study related misconduct, such as cheating and plagiarism. Okay, but the behavior that procrastination was most closely linked with was using fraudulent excuses to get deadline extensions. Other research shows that employees on average spend almost a quarter of their workday procrastinating, and again, this is linked with negative outcomes. In fact, in one US survey of over 22,000 employees, participants who said they regularly procrastinated have less annual income and less employment stability. For every 1 point increase on the measure of chronic procrastination, annual income decreased by US dollars 15,000. Okay. Okay, so in this paragraph, he gave us some statistics, guys. Okay, he spoke about those German students. Okay, he spoke about cheating, plagiarism, misconduct, and then he gave some survey results. So I don't think there is some reference to realization in this paragraph as well. Okay, so I did not find anything in this as well. So let us keep reading. We have two more paragraphs. Let us see if we can find in these two. Now, procrastination also correlates with serious health and well being problems. A tendency to procrastinate is linked to poor mental health, including higher levels of depression and anxiety. Also, numerous studies have found people who regularly procrastinate report a greater number of health issues, such as headaches, flu and colds, and digestive issues. They also experience higher levels of stress and poor sleep quality. They are less likely to practice healthy behaviors such as eating a healthy diet and regularly exercising, and use destructive coping strategies to manage their stress. In one study of over 700 people, I found people prone to procrastination had a 63% greater risk of poor health, heart health after accounting for other personality traits and demographics. Okay. Okay, so in this paragraph, he spoke about the health issues related to procrastination, right? like depression, anxiety, headaches, flus, cold, all these things. Okay, and in the last also he gave some percentages. So I don't think there is some reference to realization. Um, okay, let us see. Let us see. We have one more paragraph. Let us see what happens here. Finding better ways of managing our emotions is one route out of vicious cycle of procrastination. An important first step is to manage our environment and how we view the task. There are a number of evidence-based strategies that can help us fend off distractions that can occupy our minds when we should be focusing on the thing we should be getting on with. For example, reminding ourselves about why the task is important and valuable can increase positive feelings towards it. Okay. Forgiving others and feeling compassion when we procrastinate can help break the procrastination cycle. We should admit that we feel bad, but not be overly critical of ourselves. We should remind ourselves that we are not the first person to procrastinate, nor the last. Okay, I think I got my answer. Doing this can take the edge off the negative feelings we have about ourselves when we procrastinate. This can all make it easier to get back on track. Okay, sure. Look at this one, guys. A reference to realization that others also procrastinate. So, where is the realization here, sir? In the sentence that I read here, okay, from read from here. Forgiving ourselves and feeling compassion when we procrastinate can help break the procrastination cycle. Good. We should admit that we feel bad, but not be overly critical of ourselves. Okay. Next sentence. We should remind ourselves that we are not the first person to procrastinate. It means others also procrastinate and not the last. What does it mean? Here we are realizing that we are not the only people who are procrastinating, others also procrastinate. So, yes, sir. A reference to realization that others also procrastinate. Yes, exactly. The answer for that one is in this sentence, sir. We should remind ourselves that we are not the first person to procrastinate, not the last. Okay, so doing this can take the edge of negative feelings about, okay. So in this sentence, this is where he is realizing that we are not the only person who procrastinate. Others also procrastinate. Yes, exactly. So finally, sir, in the last paragraph, we got the answer. That is F. And yeah, so finally we got the answers for all three. Okay. Now let us move to the next set, that is fill in the blanks, and we have to note that it is only one word, and from here it will be very easy for us. Do you know why? Because we have read the whole passage. Okay, now we should know in which paragraph what he is talking about. We know everything. Now answering this should be very, very easy, guys. Okay. Now, what makes us procrastinate? Many people think that procrastination is a result of dash. Others believe it to be result of inability to organize time efficiently. Means poor time management, right? So where did we read about that? Poor time management, poor mood management. In the above paragraph somewhere. Uh, Scientific studies suggest that procrastination is actually due to poor mood management. Look at this one, B, paragraph B, poor mood management here. So yes, sir. Paragraph B he's talking about. So what is the answer for 17th one, guys? I think you have to tell me now. Many people think that procrastination is a result of what? So many people think means popular belief. Okay. Procrastination is not due to laziness or poor time management. So for poor time management, see how did he paraphrase it? Others believe it to be result of inability to organize time efficiently. So poor time management, he has changed into this inability to organize time efficiently. So what is left due to laziness? So many people think that procrastination is the result of what? Laziness, right? Yes. Yes, sir. Laziness, and this is for poor time management, he paraphrased it. Now here we have poor mood management in the next sentence. Okay, right. The task we are most likely to put off are those that could damage our self-esteem or cause us to feel dash when we think about them. He's talking about the feeling. What is that? Uh, so this makes sense if we consider that people are more likely to put off starting or completing tasks that they are really not keen to do. If just thinking about the task threatens our sense of self-worth or makes us anxious, we will be more likely to put it off. Yes, sir. I think I got the answer. So we are more likely to put off are those that could damage our self-esteem. Self-esteem is here. Our sense of self-worth, it is here. Or cause us to feel dash when we think about them. Or makes us anxious. Yes, sir. Cause us to feel anxious is the right one. Yes, so that's what is the answer. Anxious. Okay. So that one was also easy. Next, a research comparing chronic procrastinators with other people even found differences in brain regions associated with regulating emotions and identifying dash. So identify is the key word, guys. You have to look for this word in the paragraph. Now let us keep reading further. What is that? Research involving brain imaging has found that areas of brain linked to detection of threats and emotion regulation are actually different in people who chronically procrastinate. Okay. See, regulating emotions, it is already given here. Regulating emotions means emotion regulation. It is given already. So, linked to detection of threats. Detection means what? Detection means identifying, right? So, these two, they are synonyms. So, identifying what? Threats. Yeah, that's what is the right answer. That's how you have to try. Always think about the synonyms, keywords. Then you'll get the answer easily. Okay? So that is my strategy for this fill in the blanks. Now, emotionally loaded and difficult tasks often cause us to procrastinate. Getting ready to take dash might be a typical example of one such task. Okay, getting ready for what? See, tasks that are emotionally loaded are difficult, such as preparing for exams, are prime candidates for procrastination. Yes, it means getting ready to take exams might be a typical example. He's talking about example means such as. When he says such as, he's giving an example, right? So, yes, guys. So, exams is the right answer here. Next. People are likely to procrastinate tend to be either dash or those with low self-esteem. So low self-esteem is the keyword. Now we have to keep reading further. Let us read further. So people with low self-esteem are more likely to procrastinate. Another group of people who tend to procrastinate are perfectionists. So another group means there are two groups. One is people with low self-esteem and one are perfectionists. Yes. So people who are likely to procrastinate tend to be either dash or those with low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is given here already. So what is the other group? What is its answer? Perfectionist. Yes, that is the right answer. Perfectionists. N-I-S-T-S. Okay, good, sir. So we are getting easily now. Next, procrastination is only a short-term measure for managing the emotions. It's often followed by a feeling of dash, which worsens our mood and leads to more procrastination. It's often followed by a feeling of dash. So he's talking about some feelings. What is that feeling? Okay. Which feeling is he talking about? So when we avoid tasks, we also avoid the negative emotions associated with them. This is rewarding and it conditions us to use procrastination to repair our mood. If we engage in more enjoyable tasks instead, we get another mood boost. In the long run, however, procrastination isn't an effective way of managing emotions. The mood repair we experience is temporary. See, temporary means short-term measure. These two are keywords. Okay. Now, afterwards, people tend to be left with a sense of guilt. Sense means it's a feeling here, right? So, feeling of what? Guilt. That not only increases their negative mood, but also reinforces the tendency to procrastinate. See, which worsens our mood, it is means increase the negative mood and leads to more procrastination. Okay. Yes. What is the feeling, sir? Sense of guilt he's talking about. Yes. So guilt is the answer. Okay. So yes, that is one done. This section is done, and coming to the next section. This is the last section, guys. Now, we have to choose two right answers from five options here. Okay. Now, which two comparisons between employees who often procrastinate and those who do not are mentioned in the text? Okay. So, there are two groups of people here, guys. Okay. Who are procrastinating, who are not procrastinating. So, what is mentioned about them? Their salaries are lower. Did we read anything related to salaries here? Where did we read? I think in the D paragraph, last we have read, right? So what is that? See, in fact, in one US survey of over 22,000 employees, participants who said they are regularly procrastinated had less annual income and less employment stability. These two are done. Less income and less stability. So for 1 point increase on a measure of chronic procrastination, annual income decreased by $15,000. Yes. So their salaries are lower. Yes. So people who procrastinate, their salaries are lower. Yes. Two comparison between employees who often procrastinate and who do not procrastinate. Yes. This is what he's comparing here. Annual income decreased by $15,000. It means their salaries are lower. Yes, sir. First one is the right answer. A is good. Yes, he compared. Their quality of work is inferior. Did he compare their quality of work anywhere? Because I did not read anything like that here. Nowhere he compared the quality. He just compared the salaries. Next, they don't keep their jobs for as long. Okay. These two things, sir. He compared two things. What is that? Less annual income and less employment stability. So, what do you mean by employment stability? Means working for a very long time, right? So they have very less employment stability, means their jobs they don't stand for a long time. They don't keep their jobs for as long. Yes, sir. This is the right answer. C is the right answer. Okay. They don't enjoy their working life as much. No, he did not talk about any enjoyment of work here. And they have poorer relationship with the colleagues. Nowhere in the paragraph he spoke about colleagues, right? Relationship between the people who procrastinate and their colleagues. No, he did not talk anywhere in the paragraph. So A and C are the right answer, guys. Okay. That's what he compared in paragraph D. Now, again, let us move to the next set of questions. Which two recommendations for getting out of a cycle of procrastination does the writer give? Okay, so he gave some recommendations on how to come out of this procrastination. So, what are those two? Okay, so I think he spoke about that in F paragraph, I think. So finding better ways of managing our emotions is one route out of vicious cycle of procrastination. An important first step is to manage our environment and how we view the task. There are a number of evidence-based strategies that can help us fend off distractions that can occupy our minds when we should be focusing on one thing. We should be getting on with. Okay, for example, reminding ourselves about why the task is important and valuable can increase positive feelings towards it. Yes. Okay, not judging ourselves harshly. So, did he talk about this anywhere, sir? Not judging ours harshly? I think yes. Because, see, forgiving ourselves, okay, and feeling compassion when we procrastinate can help break the procrastination cycle. Okay, we should admit that we feel bad, but not overly critical of ourselves. Yes, sir, this is the line. Not be overly critical of ourselves means not judging ourselves harshly. Don't be harsh on yourself. That's what he says. So A is one right answer. Got it. Next, setting ourselves manageable aims. So did he talk about any setting of aims, sir? Any aims or goals? I don't think so, sir. This is not matching. Next, rewarding ourselves for tasks achieved. Rewarding means giving ourselves any gifts, something like that. No, he don't talk about this. Next one, prioritizing tasks according to their importance. So prioritizing tasks. Okay. Next, avoiding things that stop us concentrating on our tasks. Okay. Okay, see, we should remind ourselves that we are not the first person to procrastinate, nor the last. Doing this can take the edge off the negative feelings we have about ourselves when we procrastinate. This can all make it easier to get back on track. Okay. See, I think D and E they are close, but let us see. Let us see which one is more. Avoiding things that stop us concentrating on our tasks. See, um, importance to be managing our environment and how we view the task. There are a number of evidence-based strategies that help us to fend off distractions. Means avoiding the distractions that can occupy our minds. Occupy our mind means focusing. When we should be, see, focusing on the thing we should be getting on with. Yes, sir. I got the answer, sir. Okay, reminding ourselves about why the task is important and valuable can increase the positive feelings. Here, see, avoiding things that stop us concentrating on our tasks means this one, sir. There are a number of evidence-based strategies that can help us fend off distractions that can occupy our minds when we should be focusing on the thing we should be getting on with. Focus means concentration, right? Focusing on the thing means concentrating on our tasks. Okay. Avoiding things that stop us. Avoiding things. Avoiding means fend off distractions that can occupy our minds when we should be focusing. Okay, means we have to fend off, means we have to avoid things that are stopping us from focusing on the task that is more important. Yes. So in this sentence, we have the answer, guys. Okay. I think this is the second sentence, right? Third sentence. Yeah. So E is one option, guys. Yes. So E is exactly matching with this, focusing on one thing we should be getting on with. Okay. So yes, I think we have completed this passage, guys. I hope you have learned something useful today. Okay, so if you like my explanation, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. I need more and more subscribers to do more and more videos so that it will be helpful for you guys, especially who are willing to crack the IELTS test. And very soon I'll be doing writing modules as well. Because I'm getting a lot of comments, a lot of people are asking me to do the writing module as well. So I'll be doing that soon. So yeah, I think that is the end of today's video. Let us meet again in some new video. Till then, goodbye. Have a good day.